and see what we get. Rub our palms coming into the center. Press your palms together. Bring them to your heart center. Start focusing on your breath. Slow down. Tune in to the movement of information, of energy, of life through your being. Enjoy. Find that appreciation and gratitude for yourself. Connect to the beautiful sun. See and feel the healing rays of the sun filling your whole being. Let's use our breath and our intention to consciously direct this energy in the body. As you inhale, draw the light of the sun directly into the heart. Hold the breath at the heart center. Allow it to expand and radiate and glow. And exhale through the crown of your head like a fountain all around you. Make it big. Inhaling the light of the sun directly into the heart. Hold the breath, the light at your heart center. See it and feel it, and exhale through the crown. Clear out your space. Inhaling the light of the sun directly into the heart. Hold the breath, the light at the heart center. And exhale through the crown. Make it big. Inhaling one more time. Hold the breath, pull root lock, bring your energy into your hands, rub your palms. Inhale a little more. Hold it. And then cup the palms over the eyes and exhale. Nourish yourself from your palms to your eyes. Inhale. Hold, feel the energy. And exhale, float the palms down, flutter the eyes open into your space, open focus. Hi. We multiplied a little bit. So if you have any questions or you've been thinking about anything, you know what to do. Type it in there. As you maybe have noticed that I've been on this theme this week because, sometimes I get these, ideas or phrases or whatever you would call it in my head, and they just don't stop. So I have to pay attention because it just keeps going. Like I've had so many of these experiences that I just know it's something, so I'm paying attention. And I've said it that the phrase or the thing that is coming to me is about willingness, and not just willingness to pay attention, but willingness to question everything. And not that I haven't already been questioning everything in my entire life always. It's just the question was, am I willing to upgrade my models of understanding? Am I willing to upgrade my model of understanding? And, you might be like, well, that sounds good. Sounds good. I'm willing to upgrade my model of understanding. But what does it mean? Like, what does that mean? And then I listen more. I get curious, And I was hearing like my model of understanding of reality, like at the very basic and not basic level, reality. Like how this is all functioning, which again is nothing weird because that's what we're doing here every week. That's what we're doing here all the time. But what I realize now and always, but like this is an ever unfolding process, experience, whatever it is we're doing here. So there's always more. As it is ever expanding, like consciousness, always more experiences, always more to understand or experience, really, is it. So when you do, there's a few things that have been coming. So when you do this, like I've said, this is again just another way I'm going to attempt to use different words to explain something that is probably beyond words, and also that we talk about in a lot of different ways saying the same thing, right? But it's cool because sometimes it sparks something different, and it's just, you know, what we're doing here, having these experiences that we like to have the more details or a different way to catch it, and it opens another door or another cascade of information or experiences. So when I ask questions, and I've told you this before, when you ask questions and good questions, you know, you start getting answers. You start getting interesting things coming across your path. When I'm asking, am I willing to upgrade? I'm going to tell you what's been happening. Just this is one thing. Am I willing to upgrade my model of understanding? And my answer is yes, I am willing. Now, you should know that sometimes when you say yes to these things, it doesn't always mean that it's going to be easy or that you're just going to go along with it, because it can also break down the current model of understanding that you have. It calls it into question, possibly. And then we have to look at ourselves again. Like, am I stuck on an old story? And is this serving me? Is this serving me? Or can I, again, this is upgrading. Can I upgrade a little bit and have a better experience? Something that I want. So with that question, all of a sudden, all of this stuff started coming across my path that was about different ways to understand reality, like scientists. And as Dr. Levry has been saying to us, I mean, I think since I've known him, that science is finally starting to catch up to spirituality. Like what the spiritual teachers, what the ancient wisdom, what all of this stuff has been talking about forever and ever, science is starting to catch up to that. And so this has been coming across my path, is some scientists speaking about the nature of reality, and with, you know, and not just quantum physics, which that too is very cool, and cool experiences and experiments that they're doing to prove or disprove or whatever different things, but also like with, you know, with math that I don't understand. But here's a scientist I'm listening talk that they have come up with an equation that proves that reality is false, definitively. That reality as we're experiencing it is false, which we know. I mean, it's saying it a different way, but in the way that, like, we know of saying everything is energy, and you know, he's not saying it like this, by the way. This is not what the scientist is saying. He's saying like none of this exists truly. Like time space doesn't exist and physical stuff doesn't exist. I'll post it in the chat. You can have a little gander if you'd like. You're going to have to re-listen to it a few times, but it's cool, you know? You don't need it. It's the same thing as what we're talking about, saying that, what do I always say? We don't know what's going on. We have no idea. We think we know everything. We think we know how this is operating. And what do we always say? This is a freaking miracle. You're looking at me. You're seeing how much of me, really? 10%, maybe. And you're assuming a lot of things. And we, again, like I've talked about, this is like all these miracles that are going on in every nanosecond that we just assume is like what's going on, you know? Like My heart is pumping, my cells are exchanging, I'm breathing, I'm thinking, I'm making words, like all of this stuff, like all of this is happening. And we just are like, that's normal. But we can't see it. And we can't, like, we're just like built into this program. Now, this is not exactly related to this math guy. He's not even a math guy, he's a scientist, but they have the math to prove what he's saying. So I'm just saying that, okay, how's this helping us? How are we going to apply this practically? What I'm saying is we're making a whole bunch of assumptions. We are not conscious and aware of all of these assumptions that we're making. We're becoming more conscious and aware of the assumptions that we're making because that's what we talk about here every week, or we talk about in our classes, or for studying, some of the teachers such as Neville, the law of assumption. We realize everything that we assume hardens into fact. So what I'm saying is, part of what I'm saying is, you can take these things that seem very simple that we're using, right? The law of assumption, so simple. What we assume hardens into fact. And what I'm saying is, I don't think we're really grasping the complexity of that. That is actually everything. Everything is this assumption, or we could say it in another way, a set of assumptions, like our concept of ourselves, or a set of beliefs, which we could call a program, which we've called programs before. And so if we're deciding to focus upon certain things, like focus upon something, let's say, and when we focus upon that, we're filling in all the details, right, of this world. And where is that coming from? Where are all those details coming from? This infinite pool of experiences, this infinite mind, or your subconscious mind, or the infinite possibilities. Like, we can say it in so many ways, but think about it. Infinite is a lot to comprehend, right? Infinite, we can't process infinite. It's too much. If we got all access to all the infinite things at once, we'd short circuit, I think. I don't know. But that's why we focus on one, right? Or like, I don't know if it's one, but I'm just saying, let's say for assumption's sake that we're focusing on one possibility, one reality, one possibility of the world, right? And then you're experiencing that as all of these, like this cooperative experiences, programs, whatever, components, cooperative components, let's say it, that are making up this experience that you're having. Now, what I'm saying is, do you realize that you're running that program? And are you willing to ask yourself, can I switch programs? Like, this is what we've been talking about. Like, can I shift my reality? Can I just like decide something else and then tune in there as a program, let's say, and gather all of those, allow all of those cooperative components to fill in and create this, let's say new, but it's not new, different experience reality world that I am now deciding to focus upon. This isn't new, what we've been talking about, right? Because even in Neville, what does he say? You must die to the old self. You must die to the old self and become the new self. And what is the new self? This concept of yourself and all the things you believe, which then create your experience world, right? But he says, like, die to that old self, bury it where it can't be found, because you can't have one foot in one program and one foot in the other program, or one foot in this reality and one foot in this reality, and think it's going to be better, because you're still using all of those components that go with that old story. So you're going to get like mixed up results or whatever, different kinds of experiences. Now, let's talk about it in the language of a program and how easy it is if we use this, because I'm trying to bring in something practical that we all have, which is our phones, right? And we get a notification that says upgrade your operating system or whatever, a version of the operating system. And you install it, like no big deal. And then, because what do you know? You know it's going to run better. That's what they're saying. We're giving you the latest version. Now, do you ever think about the old version? Do you ever think, oh yeah, where did that 10.2 go? I'm on 10.5 now. You never think about it again. I don't ever think about that old operating system again. You just download the new thing and then you go. So I'm saying, let's think about this. Let's think about that for ourselves. Is there a way that we could decide to download, in a way, the new idea, the new program, and know that it's operating better, decide that it's operating, just go with that and forget about the old frickin' program that is glitchy and slow and doesn't work as well. Just go with the latest operating system for yourself. Decide, what is that? What is it? What does it look like, right? You don't have to know all of it, but that's why we decide on the state of being. Let's say the state of being is the operating system and it includes all the latest upgrades. And all you got to do is just focus on that state of being. And then you will gather in all the cooperative components for that and experience that. It's like, for instance, we don't think about it. We're not thinking about it that much. We're not really, there's so many things. What I'm saying is there's so many things that are going without our awareness. You know this. There's so many things operating that are having to operate in a certain way to continue this experience for yourself as same, as linear, as whatever it is. So many things, obviously. We can, again, just go back to your simple experience of your body, that all of the things that are happening that we assume are happening correctly because we're still here functioning, right? So the same thing with your world program. There's a lot of things that are just operating and we're allowing them to go. Without any question, a lot, with all of these assumptions. And then we get the results and we continue to reinforce the belief or the assumption without questioning it. I'm gonna find an example. Like, say something happens, like, you have something happen. And I've said this before where these questions, like, am I willing to question my assumptions, even if they've happened before and I have the experience and I have the facts about them? And then so I have a new thing that happens that looks like the old thing. And I'm going to take what happened before and put it on the new thing, because that before, I know that if I have this, it lasts 3 days. So now this happens again, it's going to last 3 days. And we just go with that, like that's the truth. But what I'm saying, I'm not saying, I know this isn't always sounding like clear and straight, but because I'm doing it in a questioning way. I'm asking you to question, and then it's uncomfortable because you have to really question yourself and then be willing to sit with yourself in the answer. Like, why is this going to take 3 days now? Does it have to take 3 days? Could it be instantaneous? The change, the result, you know what I mean? Can I switch into the new thing like that? And I'm not saying what's the truth for you. I'm not saying what's possible for you. What I'm saying is the question is what counts. The at least even your own willingness to inquire. And that's what we're talking about. Like, do you believe that you are unlimited? Do you believe that everything is possible? I know we have like a conceptual belief of it, like, of course, but I'm saying we could go for it a little bit more on certain things, especially, and look, it's not even that we don't have proof on certain things. Like, we've all had our own little proofs, but not just that, that we've witnessed the certain things in this reality with the different practices, instant manifestations, object out of thin air manifestations, instant healings. There's many, 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 or like I said, a schizophrenic who in one personality has diabetes or heart disease, and in the other personality doesn't. Gone in the same person, in the same moment. Like, they just switch their personality and then they don't have that disease. I don't know how, I'm sure there's people studying it, but that's crazy to us. Unbelievable. But why? Why is it unbelievable? Because we're not willing to upgrade our models of understanding sometimes. It's not that we're not willing. We don't even know that we can. That's what I'm saying. We don't even know that we can. And if that's possible for one who we're experiencing in this world or reality, how come it's not possible for us? I don't mean have a disease or whatever. I mean, like, do whatever it is, change the timeline for something, or, anything, like revision, like all of these things. What I'm hope that I'm making a case for is to, like, get out of the program. Like, take yourself out of whatever stress, whatever is stressing you, and just remind yourself, this is a result of my assumptions and my program, and I have the capacity to shift it. I have the capacity to change my mind, my consciousness, my awareness. Now, because we were not aware of this, I don't know why. I don't know what this is. I don't know why we're here. I don't know what this is really about. But somehow, as you know, we kind of like show up here, wherever this is, or we're focusing here with amnesia. Like, we forget how the mechanism, we don't know. It's like a little game we're playing, like, to remember how the mechanism works. But we get super, super stuck, super, like, sleepy, we're real sleepy. So you're like trying to wake up, but it's like so cozy in your sleep, And sometimes when you wake up, it's like a little chilly and it's not that comfortable and you don't know what to do. And, so I think, like, we just got to realize that we're starting to understand the mechanism here, and to lighten up a little bit, in the way of, like, I do have the power to shift something. Even if all this reality talk and, like, it's not that, like I always say, if that makes you say, like, I don't know, whatever, I don't know what that is, or who cares, or if you just like, to think that this is real and whatever. And it is in some way. I'm not saying it's not in some way. But even if all of that, at the very least, you could think to yourself, I know that I have an opportunity to upgrade my experience in whatever way. And that's what we're all looking for, right? We want it to be a little smoother. We want it to be a little more fun. We want it to be a little more enjoyable, a little more harmonious, a little more sweet. That's what I think we're here, just having these experiences, right? And then learning the mechanism, then learning how to have these experiences in the most enjoyable and delightful way for us. That's what I think, we're doing. So in order to do that, you have to start paying attention, because the thing is, if we're sleepy and then you're in like some weird dream and you don't like the dream, and then in the dream this is the same thing, like whatever you're thinking, can think about the dream world, just apply that here. Then you don't know what's happening and it's so weird, and like you don't know how to get out, and then you wake up, you say, oh my god, that was such a weird dream, right? But you had no control over it. But if you learn how to lucid dream, people know how to lucid dream and they have control of the dream. Now we're here learning to lucid dream. You think you're awake. You think that you know what's going on. But I'm saying we could become more and more adept at managing this lucid dream. So if you, like, how do we do that? I don't know. We got some ways here we're trying to do, that seem to be good, seem to be working. Paying attention and not reacting, because that what gives this thing power is our emotional juice, right? The more emotional juice we put in, it's like that seems to be the driver to gather more of these components that go along with whatever you're feeding this emotional thing to. So if the emotion is anger or frustration or whatever, you're gathering more cooperative components, because it's like, yeah, that seems to be real important, given a lot of juice there, so here's more of that. There's no like right or wrong. But then if you have the emotional juice of like excitement and wonder or delight or enjoyment, then you have to think about that. I'm giving the power, I'm giving the juice to gather more of those cooperative components to bring more of that into my life. So just becoming aware to know what you're doing and why and what you're deciding. And at first, I know that it requires effort. And I was speaking to someone today about this effort of catching yourself, from going unconscious. When you go unconscious, or when you have to apply some kind of seemingly effort to not react, or to catch yourself in the old story and decide again to the new story. But just like anything, like a practice that you practice again, like we've practiced all of these automatic reactions or whatever and gotten these results, if you practice that catching yourself and changing your mind, it does start to become more seamless and easy also. And like we know, when you put the effort in the beginning, when you are conscious and make that, effort, I'm saying effort, you know what I mean? It's really just an awareness and catching yourself. And sometimes, yeah, it does require changing your behavior, or changing your automatic response, or not, or just maybe not doing an automatic response. And we have to also be willing to admit to ourselves, maybe I like doing that. Like, question everything. Ask yourself, why? Why do I keep falling into the same thing? Do I like it? Does that seem like it's the good program for me? I want to run that program of reaction, or of victim, or of, outrage, or whatever it is. And it does require some effort, but at the same time, the payback or the payoff for that is, it outweighs the effort. Now, if you want to keep falling into automatic reaction or whatever, what you still going to have to pay. You're still going to have to pay. You don't like it. You don't like it. So you're paying twice, kind of. You're reacting, or you're having these results, and then after, you got to clean it up, or you got to do more work after the fact. It may seem like a lot of work at first to catch yourself, but you don't want to pay the after thing. You don't want to keep paying. That's something you keep having to do. But if you pay now, you don't have any interest later. I don't know who said it. I don't know where it came from, but pay now or pay later, but you know that when you pay later, you pay with interest. It costs more later. So if it's coming up for you to do now, just do it. And then you don't have to pay the interest later. You actually get the interest for you. You get something, you get the benefits. It's for you. So I'm using all of these different ways that we talk in our world, or things that relate to us in our world, like our operating systems and interest and paying, so that we can start to I hope that I'm conveying it, just do it. Just do it. Just decide, pay attention, make better assumptions, tune into a better program, and be willing to erase the old erase the let it go. Be like, that was operating system 10.1. I'm on 14.7, whatever. Like, that's old news. And are we willing to do that? That's another thing. When we are not willing to let go of something, think about this too, okay? This is the last one. It's usually because we want someone to pay for something. we want someone to be responsible and to pay for it. They did it and they must pay. And all I'm trying to say is, look, that's for whoever it's for. If that's what you like and that's the reality and program you like to be in, go for it. But just know that's the reality and program that you're in. That all the rest of the stuff that comes with that state of being, or whatever that is, you're going to get that too. And I don't know if you really like that. But if you just decide on a better program, a better state of being, you forgive that, you let it go, you tune into the new stuff, just know that whatever you're looking for, the thing to pay you or pay them or whatever, in this program, it already exists. Just accept the payment. It's already good. You don't need all that. Whatever that reality is, whatever that program is, don't worry about it. If that's how something or some consciousness or whatever is operating, that's what they're going to get. You don't have to be the judgment and the executor of that, because then you're participating in it, and you got to participate in that reality. And I'm telling you, you don't really like it. We don't really like it. But if we just upgrade ourselves to this harmonious and loving, and if that's truly what we say we want, you can't want both of those things. I need someone to pay for it. I need this, and I want harmony, and I want love, and I want joy, and whatever. Okay, all right. But I would just go with this upgraded version and tune into this program of harmony and love and joy, and know that that will be taken care of, that that's none of your business, that justice always is paid. There is no, there's always this, if you're operating on that plane, doing something to someone like that, there's always that kind of cause and effect going on. And it's not really your responsibility. Yeah, unless you want it to be. But I'm saying, just consider it. Just think about it. So the last thing, for real, you know how we're doing these prayers in the Nam for the United States. Now, in the world, really, in the world. So we can tune into a better program. We tune into a better program. So I go in this, I'm doing the prayers and the visualization of light in the United States. And I just wanted to share what I'm doing, so that if it resonates with you, then maybe you'd like to do it too, just for your own experience, right? So when stuff like this happens, and I know we're talking about a whole country, but really, again, like everything, you could apply it to anything. You could apply it to a person or any other issue or concept that you have. I had to think about, what's my program? What's my beliefs about the United States? And I don't have to say, but most of us have one. We have a belief system. We have experiences that we've had. We have things, that we've read or learned or whatever over our lifetime. And am I willing to let that go? If I want something different, if that's what I'm focusing upon in this moment, which is what I'm choosing, in those experiences to focus upon, what I did, yes, holding the light and everything there, but going even beyond that, um, just really releasing my program and story about the United States. And I did Ho'oponopono. I'm doing Ho'oponopono. Anytime I think about that or bring anything, this is what I do. Anything or anyone into my awareness that I realize I have some kinds of, judgmental or limiting or whatever. It doesn't even have to be any kind of judgments around. That is one of my favorite ways that I feel clean the slate. You could even also just imagine cleaning the slate, like an actual whiteboard or something like that, whatever works for you. I like to do, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, to myself. Because if I believe there is one cause, and if I believe the cause is good or love or God, then I'm focused upon that in a different way. I'm wrong. It's not the truth. So I need to rectify that within myself. I fell asleep. I was in a false program. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. To me, in any of those orders, whatever comes, I love you. You can start with, please forgive me. Any of those are the phrases that I like. And it helps a lot for me. It's my reminder to just, be humble and realize in myself, I'm believing in false concepts. I'm believing in limitation. I'm believing in whatever the story is, somebody else's story, somebody else's program, somebody else's, writing, actor, directing, script that I'm buying into. And do I like it? And are we even questioning, do I like it? We don't even question that. We just think that's the way it is. But why is it the way it is? Because I believe it is. And I don't want to believe that. So if that's challenging for certain people, I understand. I'm just asking some questions, and I'm asking you to ask some questions too. What you're willing to shift, what you're willing to do for your betterment of your world. If I say I want what I say I want, what am I willing to do within me to have that? That's it. Just that. It's just that simple little thing. I know it's not simple. And of course, but it is. It can be very simple. Of course, I turn to my Big Neville book to get a little inspiration, as I usually do. On the page that I opened to was "The Truth That Sets You Free," and it was about assumptions, and basically it's saying the exact same things. There's so much goodness on these pages. But I'll just say this one little thing. So you become according to your resigned will, and your resigned will is your concept of yourself and all that you consent to and accept as true. You, assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled and continuing therein, take upon yourself the results of that state. Not assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you are ever free of the results. When you understand the redemptive function of imagination, you hold in your hands the key to the solution of all your problems. So we get real complex, or I can get real complex or out in there, but it's actually very, very simple. And we do know this. We know that it's simple. And again, simple doesn't mean easy, but let's stop complicating it. It's not really that complicated. You go in your heart, you trust yourself, you pay attention, you correct yourself gently and with love. You know what it is to feel the feeling of the wish fulfilled, to be in an elevated state, to choose your state of being, and to remind yourself of these things. This is This is gathering all of my cooperative components to bring whatever it is I'm feeling into my world. And if I'm not seeing that, just reminding myself I may have some unconscious things going on here that are continuing to bring this into my awareness. And it is on me now to decide what way I'm going to look or where I'm going to focus. That's it. Let's breathe a little bit, shift our brain waves, and allow everything to integrate and trust that we got it. We got it. Super simple. You'd be super simple. Just stay in an elevated state and you would find yourself in a good place. Let's look straight ahead. Let's expand our container. Inhaling deeply into the chest and hold your breath. Inhale a little bit more. Try to relax. Inhale more. Expand more. A little bit more. A little bit more. You can do it. One more. Now hold. Now pull root lock. Pull it up. Pull it up. And exhale, gracefully relax. Again, inhale deep into the chest. Hold the breath. Inhale a little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. One more. One more. One more. Now hold. Now squeeze those muscles. Squeeze it up. Relax. Bring it up into your heart, into your brain. And exhale gracefully. One last time. Inhale deep and hold the breath. Inhale a little bit more. A little bit more. Expand more. Try to soften. What more do you want in your life? Take it in. Make space. More. One more. One more. Now hold. Now squeeze those muscles. Strong container. Don't let anything leak out. And exhale gracefully. Close your eyes. Inhale. And exhale. Sitting, allowing yourself to go into the nothing. Good. We're going to do alternate nostril breathing tonight. This is a good balance for your brain. And it's also another calming breath just to switch it up for us so we're not stuck on the same thing. Inhaling through, we're going to inhale through the left. We're going to hold for a few moments. We're going to exhale right. Then we're going to inhale right and hold and exhale left. So you keep alternating. I'm going to use Divine Sodachan that we use. God is love, God is wise, God is kind, God is good. Reprogramming. If it is too challenging to hold for the whole mantra, just go at your own pace, but just listen to the music. If you can inhale and hold for the mantra and then exhale and then start again, do that. If not, just go at your own pace. Inhale left. Hold.
God is love, God is wise, God is kind, God is good, God is love, God is wise, God is kind, God is good, God is good, good is God, God is health, health is God, God is strength, strength is God, God is life, life is God.
Exhale right.
Infinite substance is manifesting in me right now. Why?
Inhale right. Hold.
God is love, God is wise, God is kind, God is good, God is love, God is wise, God is kind, God is good, God is good, good is God. God is health, health is God. God is strength, strength is God. God is life, life is God.
Exhale left.
Infinite substance.
Get all the air out. Inhale left and hold.
God is love, God is wise, God is kind, God is good, God is love, God is wise, God is kind, God is good, God is good, good is God, God is health, health is God, God is strength, strength is God, God is life, life is God. Infinite substance, is manifesting in me right now. Why? God is love, God is wise, God is kind, God is good, God is love, God is wise, God is kind, God is good, God is good, good is God, God is health, health is God, God is strength, strength is God, God is life, life is God. Infinite substance, is manifesting in me right now. Why? God is love, God is wise, God is kind, God is good, God is love, God is wise, God is kind, God is good, God is good, good is God, God is health, health is God, God is strength, strength is God, God is life, life is God. Infinite substance, is manifesting in me right now. Why? God is love, God is wise, God is kind, God is good, God is love, God is wise, God is kind, God is good, God is good, good is God, God is health, health is God, God is strength, strength is God, God is life, life is God. Infinite substance, is manifesting in me right now. Why?
Release your hand. Inhale through both nostrils. Hold. And exhale. Sitting quietly. Just notice what you notice. You feel the balance, calm, slowing down. Ability to tune into the space beside your physical body, outside of your physical body, as an awareness. Just opening your eyes, coming into the space. Let's do our nervous system. Suck that tongue up, look at the tip of your nose and breathe. Click off the tongue, swallow that healing saliva. Stick it out, look at the third eye. Coming back to center, looking over the left shoulder. Eyes open, open focus, look over that infinite horizon. Coming through the center, looking over the right shoulder. Relax your shoulders, relax your face. Open focus, taking your energy far, far, far. And coming to center and looking up, looking into the infinite blue sky. Relax. And coming through the center, tip your chin, close your eyes, or look at your cheeks. Coming back to center, fingertips together, plug your nose, looking up, inhale. Puff your cheeks, tip your chin, hold. Coming center, reset your senses. Fingers in the ears, looking up. Sitting quietly. Bring your hands on your heart. Just tune into your heart. Breathing in and out at your heart center. Tuning into your state of being. See if you can feel it. Decide. Even if it's calm confidence, satisfied, content, aware. Make some time this week to go into the silence, to disinvest your attention and energy and all the known things and the fixed reality that we believe, and invest in that limitless possibility and decide, who do I say that I am? Who am I being? Am I willing to change? Am I willing to do something different? Am I willing to upgrade my model of understanding, upgrade my model of operation? Am I willing? Feel yourself at the end of this week. Feel how amazing your week was. Hear yourself telling your best friend or your partner what incredible experiences you had this week. How everything just seemed to go your way. And you were tuned in and noticed more and more miracles that you never even considered before. That you're so calm and confident now because you see how everything is always turning out way better than you expected. And it's such a delight. Your life is a delight. Lock it in. Remember. Feel yourself in gratitude and appreciation for this opportunity, this experience, this life adventure. Just thank you, thank you, thank you for every opportunity to expand. Bring your hands to prayer. Inhale. Love before me. Love behind me. Love at my left. Love at my right. Love above me. Love below me. Love in me. Love in my surroundings. Love to all. Love to the universe. Inhale. Peace before me. Peace behind me. Peace at my left. Peace at my right. Peace above me. Peace below me. Peace in me. Peace in my surroundings. Peace to all. Peace to the universe. Inhale. Light before me. Light behind me. Light at my left. Light at my right. Light above me. Light below me. Light in me. Light in my surroundings. Light to all. Light to the universe. Inhale for Om Shanti. Use your voice. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Let's tune into that operating system. That's a good one.